What up, y'all? It's your man, Abuamerican. I didn't even check my settings to see if my mic or anything were working. Yeah, late night. Yeah, well, like said, I want to the concert to everyone first and foremost. Yeah, it's working. Late because I got a life, man, and prayer times and everything out here are pretty late. So, you know, actually, the times are shifting, so I should be able to start doing the show earlier. So, yeah, I'll probably reschedule and not go so late anymore. Whew, man. I don't really have a topic today. Just, people got your questions. Throw your questions at me. Call this free consultation Saturday. I was going to be Fridays, but Fridays are my live shows. So, yeah, 10 p.m. in Germany. Yeah, I can actually probably go for 9 p.m. now that the prayer times are shifting. Yeah, not much to talk about. So I'll just talk about like the situation in Europe right now. And basically it's going to hit the world also. But if you're in Europe, especially Germany, then until questions start coming in, then you really need to start looking at methods and means of like securing your safety. I don't know how else to call it. Not your safety in the sense of your physical safety, but like food security, fuel security. To make sure that you are covered and safe in as many ways as possible. Because Europe is, well, they're in trouble. Especially Germany. They are looking at a situation where basically, they have sanctioned themselves into economic despair and problems. Crazy. It was supposed to hit Russia, but it ended up hitting themselves in the face. They're just like, take this, Russia, and take that, Russia. And, they're just like, take this and take that. And pow, pow. Here comes an uppercut, Russia. And they're just knocking themselves out the box left and right with their crazy policies. And so everything is just going wrong. Everything that can go wrong is going wrong. To top it off, like, Germany's actually in a drought to top it off. It's just everything is really falling apart fast. Yeah, Germany's in a drought, believe it or not. It truly is humiliating what they're doing to themselves here. They're literally humiliating themselves. And the thing is, they won't even like give up. As foolish as it is, as dumb as everything is turning out, as bad as it's turning out, they're like, let's continue down this same crazy path that we know is not leading anywhere good. So my company offered me a transfer out of Germany. I might take it. I'm not really sure Germany's a place to be soon. So it's true, man. It's true. I don't know who voted this government in, who voted the Greens in, whoever they are. Just mad people, just crazy. These Greens, and then to top it off, the Greens, the leftists, they broke all their promises. They said no weapons to war zones. What did they do? They started sending weapons to Ukraine. Isn't Ukraine a war zone? Somehow, all of a sudden, the rules flipped, and now it's allowed. They're sending billions, literally billions, to foreign countries in the run up to like one of the worst economic situations that Germany has been facing since the end of the Second World War, where people are back when people were wheelbarrowing money around to buy a loaf of bread. I just started taking fitness seriously. Do I need to take a rest day or hit the gym every day? I'd give your body a break. Unless you're getting like really, really good sleep, give yourself a break. Most people don't sleep properly. If you're not getting a good, 7 to 8 hours steadily, daily, because deep sleep is where you really start to grow and get the results, and your body starts really transitioning and transforming. So if you're not getting like good solid sleep, take a break, take some rest days. I mean, I tend, even at 49, when I take rest days, I usually take one rest day, usually a Sunday. uh so you don't really need like spectacular amounts of like every other day rest day. I mean, you can do that, there's nothing wrong with that, but your body doesn't need as much rest as most people tend to think. When I say don't need as much rest, I'm not talking about the sleep that I was just speaking about. I'm talking about like time away from like actually doing heavy lifting and cardio and all these other types of things. Well, there's nothing wrong with it. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I think benevolent dictatorships, they do work. It's a dangerous thing to say, I guess. Uh, but I can't see how they don't work. I mean, it's sort of like, I'm trying to think of the right word to use here. Tribalistic nationalism. Would that be right? Nationalistic tribalism. It's like, just imagine if you got like a bunch of homies and y'all make a nation, and you end up being the ruler of your homies nation, your tribe, right? Well, you're going to rule your people how it's necessary, but then you also see your people as your people, right? So you're going to take care of them as best as possible, but you're still a dictator. You still have the final say because you have the final responsibility. So, you know, I think that would be appropriate. Sort of like a tribe. You see your people as tribe, and so you want to take care of them as best as possible. But at the same time, you don't just have like the village idiot voting on like what's going to happen and what's not happening. You get to decide, because let's be honest, most people really don't have a lot of common sense, unfortunately. I did make a break several weeks ago for almost a week. Weak, double E, not EAK. That's like weak as in like not strong. I didn't really experience loss in strength. My strength increased, my muscle mass increased. Yeah, prolonged breaks, they're not bad either. I mean, if you take like a week, but I mean, body doesn't need it either. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure if you had kept on training and like taking 1 or 2 rest days in that same week, instead of a full week, you'd have probably got the same results. Allahu Alam. Allah knows best. Anyway, you should really look at like if you're in Germany or in Europe, stacking. I wouldn't call it non-perishable foods, but slow perishing foods like rice, canned foods, stuff like this. Just stack that stuff up. Some sort of is there a protein? I guess the long holding proteins would be like all vegetable proteins. So you like lentils, and these types of things that are like high in protein, but they last a long time um, when you store them. Stuff like this, man. Because Germany and Europe, they're it's not looking good. And Germany's trying to save Europe, and I don't know why. I mean, they're supplying power to like everybody right now, and Germany's talking about like we're in right at the walaikum salam wa barakatuh, right at the beginning of an energy crisis that is really going to hit when the winter comes. So I don't know, man. Not looking good. Whatever the case may be, it's not looking good. It's really yeah, Europe ain't looking good. If the German people after this don't like literally, and I mean literally, I'm not speaking with hyperbole. I'm not speaking figuratively here. If they don't literally go and hang their politicians, then they're basically saying, "Hey, we're happy to be slaves. We're happy that you would make the worst possible decisions that you could possibly make fiscally, you know, um, and then really make us, the people, shoulder the burden of those very poor fiscal, decisions and choices that are crystal clear bad choices and decisions." Um, Everybody's like the Germans are wimps, they're weak, they're this, they're that, whatever else. I'm not counting the Germans out. I never count the Germans out. You look at their history; they're always a cool people till they're not cool. Then they freak out and they like go around massacring people left and right, including their own. You know, like when Germany was like having their religious wars. Everybody likes to talk about what happened to a particular group of people in the Second World War. Have you ever looked at German history? These dudes killed 50 million of each other because they was mad. They just was mad over some religious stuff. They was like, religion. And then they, I mean, I understand religious war and everything, but these dudes, they killed 50 million of each other. And it wasn't enough. Then less than 100 years later, they ran right into World War One, just kicked off a fight. It's like, you know what? We don't like y'all now. Hey, we just recovered. Let's start a new fight. World War One ends. What happens? Less than 100 years. Yeah, we recovered from that too. Let's pick another fight. We're coming up on 100 years, aren't we? From World War One. I mean, from World War Two. You count these people out. They're always in the center of some trouble, and they're always and right now they're in the center of like all this madness going on in Europe. They're always in the center of trouble. So I think we're heading into some interesting times. Yeah, they're always nice until they're not anymore. So I think we're heading towards a not so nice time frame with Europe and Germany. So be prepared because we're Muslims and don't nobody like us. You're not going to be able to go cry on social media and look for sympathy there. There ain't going to be any sympathy. Nobody's going to care. So just be ready. Because yeah, I don't know. Whatever's coming, it's not going to be nice. It's not going to be good. So what's up? Nobody's here. No questions. Nothing going on. Just checking. Because I always got projects. I got stuff to do. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's true. It's 100% true. I don't know what they're doing right now, man. It's like when you just look at like what their politicians are doing, and they're trying to crash the economy. I mean, you can't tell me it's not intentional. At this point, I don't think you can say it's not intentional. We were just talking about like the situation in Europe until questions start coming in. So yeah. So you can't tell me it's not intentional. I mean, like they're talking about bringing back the whole Corona lockdown things. They're literally talking about for the winter when they're going to be running out of power and energy. When people are going to be freezing to death, quite literally, because they're saying people are not going to be able to afford the electrical bills, and it literally looks like it's going to be true that people can't afford their electricity and their gas bills to heat their houses. So yeah. How do you go about building muscle as a tall lifter? I mean, what I do is I talked about my sets, how I run my sets. So basically, my ideal set is going to be 8 to 10 sets of 8. So, excuse me, 8 to 10 sets of 10. So what does that mean? So I will go for no, sorry, man, I'm talking crazy here. 4 sets of 10 or 4 sets of 8. Now I got it, man. I'm like getting all confused here. So what I do is I will go to fail at 4 sets of 8. So I'll find my fail point at 4 sets of 8, and 8 is almost fail at 4 sets of 8. Then when that gets easy, because your body starts to adjust, I will push that up to 4 sets of 10, that same weight. So now I'm doing more reps at the same weight, and that's going to be difficult again because on the last 2 sets, you're really going to be like, struggling. When that gets easy, I increase the weight. When I increase the weight, that takes me back down to 4 sets of 8. Keep doing that until it gets easy. Then I go up to 4 sets of 10. Same process, rinse and repeat. For me, that works. I don't know if that works for anybody else, but for me as a tall guy, that works very well. I put on muscle very fast, very easily. So and then I also do groups together. Like I'll watch guys come into the gym and they'll do these crazy full body workouts, shoulders, then biceps, then some calves. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And then they're like, 8 months later, they still look the same. They don't look like they've had any improvement because they're not lifting systematically. So that's why when I go in, I do chest and triceps, the pushing muscles. Then I do back and biceps, the pulling muscles. Then I do shoulders and traps. Those are like your upper, movement things. And then I do, then I do legs, and that legs. Sometimes I split between multiple days because legs is just, ugh. You got to walk, man. I walk like almost 10 kilometers a day. So, go do a hard leg day, and then walk 10 kilometers at work the next day, every day. Yeah. So, yeah. Yes, I increase weight. Yes. But right now I'm down on weight. I'm usually, when I increase weight, I go up to about like 105. Right now I'm about 98. I'm 98 kilos. I'm less than 100 kilos. Am I moving to Malaysia? I ain't got nothing against it, but, yeah. Do I still eat protein pancakes? No, not anymore. I just have protein shakes now. So yeah, just protein shakes. Yeah, I use that high fiber split pea protein. I no longer use that hemp protein. Man, that hemp protein. You want to talk about just gas, dude? You could be your own biogas digester factory, dude. You could start your own methane factory. That stuff just gives you so much gas. It's ridiculous. The split pea does also, but not to the degree of that hemp stuff. Although the hemp has whatchamacallit, has a better taste. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm good, man. How you doing? What was your strongest bench press? I've never done a single rep bench, but I mean my standard workout is, what is that? Let me see. Hold on. 60, 120. What's the bars? 15. 135 kg at 4 sets of 10. So 135 kg. What is that? 135 kg. Multiply that by 2.2. And there you got it. It's about 265, 270. Yeah, about almost like, what is it? 2, 4, 8, 280. Almost about 280, about 280 pounds at 4 sets of 10. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't go higher than that, even though I could. That's where I cap out on the bench at, because then I start feeling the pain in this shoulder in specific. I injured this shoulder even right now when I do rotations like this right there. So I had an impingement in my shoulder, and it's almost permanent. So right here. So from here to here, let me see, which way can I turn so you can see it? So when I go here, that's as far as I can turn it without it being severe pain. So when I start going like this, yikes, this side, when I go straight across my body and I lift it, I can bend it back past, you can see past my head. So, but this one, I can't. Oh, yeah, that's it right there. That's like severe pain. And so when I start lifting at that weight, I really feel it in that shoulder. So I don't go higher than that. If you only want strength, do high reps, but low weight. So just take 20 kilos and then do 4 sets of 30 or something, just till your muscles just burn on fire. That'll give you muscle strength and endurance, So yeah. Yeah. Don't mess around with Kimuras, man. Don't mess around. But nobody catches me in Kimuras, so that's not the move anybody can catch me in. Too slick for that. You can keep my hands to myself, as my coach used to say. Keep your hands to yourself. Mashallah, trying for 100 kgs, 5 reps by the end of the year, but I've been lifting for 7 months. Should be easy to get. 100 kilos, it's not really that much. Just, like I said, follow a consistent pattern of like lifting. Make sure you do your chest and triceps together. Don't be doing like chest and then back, some crazy stuff, and then wondering why you're not making gains, because you're doing like legs and triceps. Cats be like, I don't know why I'm not like getting gains. You just be out there I'm in the gym, just doing all sorts of madness. Follow a system, and you'll get results. Inshallah. Did you put that in the chat? It should be in the description, so it's not there. So. Yeah. I think push pull. Yeah. It's a good system. I followed the system from Chris Gethin. He used to train movie stars. Get like ripped and all that stuff and big really quick. And I got like right at the beginning of bodybuilding.com. Back when bodybuilding.com first started, I joined and they were giving everybody like free consultations with like all their coaches. And I jumped on the Chris Gethin one. And so like something that would have normally cost you like thousands of dollars now, I got for free. And I was impressed. I've been sticking with that system since it's over 20 years now. Over 20 years. And no, it's not over 20 years, but it's close to 20 years. And I'm not really sure. Resistance training. What do you mean by resistance training? Man, I just know iron, bro. I go hit the iron. I gotta Google that. Why don't I know that? I mean, I've heard it before. I just never looked it up because it's never been anything. Nothing that I ever really, I mean, yeah. Like lifting weights is resistance training according yeah, weights. Yeah, resistance training. That lifting weights is resistance training. Yeah. This is the first live I've joined. I learned right way back after you did the first show with Rollo. Okay, mashallah. Watched your channel ever since and did my shahada soon after. Barakallahu feek. Alhamdulillah. I've been a Muslim for 2 years now. MashaAllah. Nice, man. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to the gang, bro. Would you ever move to Qatar again? If they paid me insane money, yes. Otherwise, no. Hello, brother. Saw one of your videos together with the two brothers from Somaliland on energy projects. Can you remember the project? Yes. 1 second. Where is it? Give me one. I'm Momo, s'il vous plaît. Where's that conversation? Man, I talk to a lot of people. That's it right there. If you're trying to support those brothers in Somaliland, that's their thing where they're trying to crowdfund. And you can get information there, their website, information to their YouTube channel, all that type of stuff. Yeah, mashallah. Marrying a Saudi sister, mashallah. Alhamdulillah. I'm glad. Barakallah feek. I hope it's for the better. You didn't say if I change it for the better. Now you became Muslim, so alhamdulillah, it's for the better. So yeah. Alhamdulillah, man. Barakallah feek. I am glad to hear that, man. It's always nice to hear those messages that you had a benefit on people's lives. I got some people, they just like, yo, bro, you changed my life. Makes your day, man. Alhamdulillah. Barakallah feek. Give me a second. Where'd you put it? I didn't see it.
You have to refresh the page because I just changed it and it's already there.
Yeah, but I thought you were gonna put it in the chat.
Um,
Um, I'm not a doctor. I don't know, so I can't tell you. This is outside of my field. No idea, bro. So this is, man. That's one heck of a link. That's a link. It's a planner, and that planner has my workout program in it. You in Somaliland, FBI? The FBI is in Somaliland? Bro, they already got me on that no-fly list, man. I don't know if I need to be going to Somalia, man. They really didn't they come looking for me, bro. Right now, they leave me alone. Uh, but yeah, 6,000 pounds is enough. Moving and settling there, only one person. Sounds awesome, man. I mean, what I think is gonna happen. What I think is gonna happen is you're gonna see a lot of like the developing and third world starting to explode in terms of Westerners moving to those countries as this recession starts to really sink in this winter. I think you're going to see that there's going to be just a huge exodus of like people leaving the West, going to the third and developing world, looking for a new home that is affordable. I mean, Mexico is already talking about it. Mexicans, they're talking about Mexico being gentrified by Americans. They're saying they're coming across the border from Texas and coming across the border from California, and they're raising the prices. They're causing price increases, in Mexico because people are looking for affordable places to live. And so they're going to Mexico where it's cheaper. And for them, even though the prices are increasing, it's still comfortable for them as Americans and their American salaries in Mexico. But so I think we're going to see that happening around the world, as things start to get worse. I mean, me with how I live, a million would easily, I'd live comfortably with a million. Nah, not 5 million. But a million I can make do. I can make do with a million. I'm pretty sure um, I could die living the life I want to live, like absolutely comfortably off a million. I'm pretty sure I could do it. Mm, not 5 million. 2.5 million. 2.5 million. And I could really just be like chilling. So it's crazy when you think that Andrew Tate's making like 5 million a month off Hustler University. He's making that a month. I can literally retire and then die like a happy man on 2.5, half of what he's making in a month. Crazy, insane world sometimes. But the risk is written by Allah. It's appointed to who He wills. So, you know, yeah. For sure, the Crown Prince vision for 2030 plan KSA, with things looking like a failed society here in the West. I've been working on nothing but my exit strategy for the last year. Yeah, I've been like thinking about where to go, and There's a lot to think about when you leave. You got family, you got to think about medical. What's the quality of the medical care? What is their response in pandemics, and how do they treat the people? There's so much to think about. That yeah, it's a lot to think about. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Gordo, what's good, man? Yeah. What do you think happens to Ethereum after the merge? Huge dump? Oh man. I mean, it's seeing a surge right now. It's looking good, but I don't trust Ethereum. I mean, anybody who can just like start rewriting the protocols, and just saying, hey, we're gonna just change the rules because it doesn't suit us. I don't trust those guys. Leaving the West is becoming more of a necessity, at least for me. Yeah, it's a necessity. I think it's a necessity to absolutely plan, to make a move and change. So yeah, will it be easy? Probably not. Is it necessary? Probably. It's a good point right here. When you're Muslim living in the West, and you have kids, you can't guarantee your children remain Muslim, or the generation after. This is true. I mean, we see how jacked up a lot of these immigrant families' children are. Yeah, yeah, it's true. You know, I've talked about this though. The home culture versus the societal pressure culture, or pressures of the culture. You know, so yeah, I've been saving 90% of my income each month. Man, that's impressive. Living in the UK is not for me. 9 to 5, ask permission, holidays, not a life I want to live. I don't think anybody really wants to live it. I got a really, really lax job. I can just come and go as I please generally. Um, what's important is that the work gets done, where I work at. And as long as your job is done, nobody really chases you about anything. I can literally take next year's leave this year. So, I mean, I've got like 20 days left. I just took about 10. I took about 8. So I got like, let's just say 20, because you get 30 days of leave. I can literally take like almost 2 months worth of vacation right now. I mean, they'll give me next year's vacation on top of it. My job's real chill, and it's just like there's not even like you can't go. It's just like make sure you have a handoff to somebody, and then that's it. So if I just plan a handoff to somebody else on my team, I can just go whenever I want. I mean, so I've been blessed with like that, but alhamdulillah, but still, yeah, still getting a paycheck from somebody. So it's not beautiful. Yeah, yeah, I didn't like that. That was a dirty move they did with that, proof state. But hey, I've looked at Turkey, Indonesia. I've looked at Malaysia. What else do we look at? I think that's it, really. Yeah, that's it. Turkey, Malaysia, and Indonesia. Yeah, yeah. I'm not looking at Morocco. She just said Morocco. I was like, nope, nope. um, I'm not too.
Russia.
I'm not too, like, what do you say, opposed to UAE. I could do UAE under the right conditions, but under the right conditions. You know, it's a nice place. Yeah, life is stressed though, man. You're never gonna escape that. Yeah, yeah. Abu Dhabi, Dubai, yeah, something. That's why I say UAE. What do you think about Mehdi's? You gotta tell me Mehdi's thing on tap water here. Gordo eats with the $5 super chat. Barakallahu Feek. Even Phillip's show is a reference to the Black Phillip show by Patrice O'Neill. Yes, it is. Or is that your father's name? It's my father's name, but that's where it comes from. The Black Phillip, Eben Phillip. My dad's name is Phillip, so I just came up with Eben Phillip show. Yes, it is a reference to that, the Black Phillip show. Gordo's like the first person to catch that on his own. Good one, man. Yeah, that's where it comes from. Well, what is his thoughts on the water in the West? I mean, I don't drink fluoridated water. Any water with fluoride in, I don't drink it. So, yeah. Yeah, that is good. You know, do they still have that like 51% shareholder with like a UAE national? I don't know the rules anymore. I'm pretty sure it's what do you call it? I don't know if it's changed or not, you know. It's like that in Qatar. I don't know about UAE. But anyway, yeah, I'm not opposed to it. Anyway, you know, make sure if you are in the West, you know, Europe of any sort, and that includes of course the UK, that you got like people close to you, you know. And when I say close to you, you got like actual homies. You know, I don't even really trust like whole communities like that. You know, you think you got like a community masjid or something, and cats will be like just, you know, they'll run you over, you know. Matthew talking about how the water is recycled from sewers, has birth control for women that can't be filtered out and causes a decrease in testosterone. I mean, when you look at the statistics globally, um, male production of testosterone is at an all-time low in humanity, in human history since it's been recorded. So the levels are dropping to the point that 2 generations ago, women had higher levels of testosterone that was considered healthy than men do right now that are considered healthy. You know, I mean, okay, it's just mad out there, man. I don't know what's going on. There are a lot of like, you know, what do you call these xenoestrogens or whatever they call them inside of food and plastics, you know, bisphenol, you know, and all this type of stuff that you ends up in your food, and it acts as like an estrogen, and it decreases your testosterone. It's a real thing. It's really happening. Just look at like what was it? Not the boy crisis. It's something similar to the. Hey, sit up. Hey, sit up. Don't step behind your head. Yeah, he's trying to crawl in your hair. Just kill him. Yeah, smack him. Smack him. Get him. Oh, you wimp. Some big bug was trying to crawl in their hair. He's like a huge thing. I was like, hit him with something, man. He's like an inch. Get that bottle there and hit him with the bottle. There's a glass bottle there. Oh my, this woman. Allahu Akbar. We killed them both. Excuse me, guys. I gotta go do guy stuff. Give me even one. I'll be right back. Let me go do guy stuff real quick. Where's the feminist now? You're no feminist, of course. The mic is on, so just so you know. Where's he at? Where?
The one over there behind your heart. That Bible.
Look, this is the. Where's the other?
No.
Can we stop cackling like we're interested? Take that. Oh, he's tough. All right, it's off. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm back. Whew. So, you're welcome.
I wouldn't know that.
Do what?
I wouldn't know that. Ew.
Well, I told you. That's what I do. I look out for you, buddy.
Ew.
You see? All right. Ain't no feminists in this house, right? See? So give me a second to catch up with these comments here. Wouldn't a man being overweight affect intimacy? Being overweight does reduce testosterone. So, yeah, it could. Gordo eats with another $5 super chat. Barakallahu feek, man. You can filter out xenoestrogens. I never know if I'm saying that right. With the reverse osmosis filter. I didn't know that. BPAs and plastics that mimic estrogen I think only get partially filtered by carbon filter. Yeah, carbon filters generally just deal with flavor and smell. So really, carbon filters don't really absorb a whole lot of toxins. They do like just make filtered water like lose their smell and funny taste, because there is potable water that you can filter, out like dangerous bacteria and particles, but it'll still have like a funky smell to it. And carbon will basically, and charcoal will just take out that smell, but and it'll take out the funky flavor. But yeah, so yeah, there's a process that can remove the estrogens from water. It can remove the birth controls, the hormones, all that stuff, type of stuff. Uh, it can be done, but it's very expensive. It's not cost effective, and that's why nobody's really doing it. It involves taking basically raw sewage, all of it, fecal matter, everything, heating it up really high, really hot, and then there's a chemical process that takes place inside when they're heating things up, and it separates everything. And then you only have water, and you have like the solids and the chemicals, and everything gets like the estrogens, all that type of stuff gets like just evaporated, destroyed, because it's super high temperature and pressure. I have to, maybe I can find the video, maybe. Oh yeah, no, I have the video. You know what? I'll make a post on it. For those of you guys are here, and you can check the post. But basically, what it is because I'm looking into, believe it or not, power company, power production. Yeah, and this was a method that they use to produce power, but it's not cost effective. And what they're doing basically is biogas digestion, which is taking human waste, the sewage, and then producing power with it through methane gas, which will then power a generator. Japan has one that has 7.5 megawatts of production off human waste. Do you know how much that is? 1 megawatt can power 2 million homes, I think it was. They have a sewage plant, a human waste plant that produces 7.5 megawatts of power. Energy crisis? Japan ain't gonna have one because people ain't gonna stop pooing. So, yeah. I'm not really sure about Brita filters. I mean, I've heard about them, but I'm not really sure about them. Yeah, okay, they're right there. You go. Britas are typically small carbon filters. There you go. Back in the 90s and early 2000s, plasticizers, in toys and other stuff which are given to children. And those plasticizers in the human body would inhibit androgens and imitate estrogen. There you go. Yes. Bisphenol, I think is what that stuff is called, to be specific. Yeah. I would say collect rainwater, but that would be illegal in most states. Interesting. Not in Germany. You can do it. What's the plan for power production? Basically, like I just said, biogas digestion. You take human fecal matter, human waste, take even bio waste in general, like food waste, and you throw it into a biogas digester that produces methane gas. The methane gas is then fed into a generator, one of those giant gasifier generators. Bam, you produce power, and at the same time, you treat sewage. So you make money by charging the government for treating their sewage, and you sell power back to the government, double cash in. Because that's what they're doing to us, ain't it? Right? I mean, they're cashing in on us 100 times. They tax us for our money that we work, and then they tax us for the money that we spend, because there's taxes on the stuff that we buy, and they're just constantly taxing us on every already taxed dollar out there. So, why not double sell back to the government? But that's expensive, and I'm probably going to need like the government help for that, unfortunately. But I'm going to try. I'm going to get it. Yeah. I have to pay 45% tax. It's about the same in Germany, man. Any social states like that. Social states are trying to just wreck people, man. Social states are just, terrible social states. They anytime the government gets involved with like trying to take care of people instead of people taking care of themselves and forcing people to take care of themselves, what happens? Guys that work, guys that produce, the productive people are punished. In a socialist state, productive people are punished. And that's just a fact. Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about it in the men's community, bro. I mean, you're in there, right? I think you're in the men's community. We're talking about it in there. I'm just doing the research right now, bro. Germany has set aside several billion in funding for these projects in specific. So they do want biogas digestion in place. Man, excuse me. They do want biogas digestion in place to deal with sewage and produce power. And so they're willing to spend billions on it. I just got to figure out how do I get some of it and where do I start? Because basically this will be done at the, I don't know if you know German, but Gemeinde. This will be done at the Gemeinde level. So what's Gemeinde in English? Communal level. So basically you want every community in terms of like, like every region, like Brandenburg will produce power through sewage. Then you go to Mecklenburg and they'll do it too. And within like those states, so within the state of Brandenburg, you might have like 4 or 5 different plants. So you're going to have a lot of overlap because there's going to be a lot of, sewage has to be pumped from one place to another around here because the communities, this is very, very rural where I am. So they're pumping sewage like from here to like way over in another city that has sewage processing. So you would have to do this at the communal level, but the large communal level. So that means every state could have up to like 50 plants. I mean, obviously, I don't think I'm going to get that big if I can get into it, but I would think like if I could do something, if I can actually figure this out, figure like maybe 5 to 10 within my lifetime, man, I'd be over the moon. Something you can leave your kids because people are always going to poo and people are always going to need power and people are always going to need their water cleaned. And so I think it's a win-win. Definitely something I am trying to get into. I'm in construction now, so I mean I'm project manager in construction. I'm senior management, so I've learned a whole lot, about contracting, how to, presentations, how to submit contracts to the government, how, contracts from the government and how the rules and regulations work, all that type of stuff. So it's really like just giving me a real huge eye opener on how realistic and how doable this really is. It's not really like, it's not like a moonshot, to be honest. You are being ripped off. What are you getting back for your money, man? It's a scam. It's just a government scam that you are forced to take part in. And if you don't take part in their scam, they'll shoot you or put you in jail, or shoot you then put you in jail. How do you join the men's community? You'd have to go to my Gumroad. It is premium because we do not know how to trust people. I'm sorry, I hate to say it. It's buying trust, basically. But if you're interested, you know, here's the link. You join there. Bang. Oh yeah, bang. Thank you. There you go. Men's community. It is premium because we don't have a way to filter out clowns. As you guys know, I dealt with clowns for a long time. It's actually reduced, alhamdulillah. Internet trolls, just crazy people who ain't got no common sense. They have no sense of honor nor dignity for their brother in Islam. You know, you don't have to like me, you know, but still Muslim. There's Muslims I don't like, but I still treat them with respect, you know. This is why I don't go on other people's channels and like in the comment section, like doing dumb stuff. You know, could I do it? Yeah, absolutely. But do I? Yeah, no, leave the guy alone. He's Muslim. I don't like what he says, so I just ignore him. But you got people out there who can't do that with me. And so after dealing with like a lot of clowns and a lot of clown show stuff, in order to keep the community small, and the idea is to keep the community small but quality, you know, uh, there's an entry fee. It's literally like 10% of what it costs to get into Tate's War Room, because Tate's War Room is like 5,000 pounds minus 500. So yeah, but it does keep like bums and brokies, and it's no problem being broke. Actually, it's not even a problem being broke. It's just, how do we determine your quality? There's no way to really determine the quality of the person and if they're going to be serious. So we know that a person who's willing to cover that premium thing. I don't even know why I'm explaining all this. It just basically, there's an entry barrier to keep clowns out. Just to cut all that short, we set a basic entry barrier to keep jokers out. Just like Andrew Tate keeps his entry barrier really high because you get personal access to him. It's the same thing with this group. And we got some good people in there. We got like Mehdi Tajani in there. We got we got some big names in there. But I ain't gonna put them brothers out there. But there's some big names in the group. Uh, you know, we kicked some brothers out, unfortunately, like Gabriel Al Romani. We had to remove him, unfortunately, or I had to remove him. He used to be in there. Because he leaked, we got a brother in there. He basically is a millionaire. And the brother was talking about his experience with these sisters and their maher stuff. And he screen capped the story from the brother, and he posted it online, and it went viral. And in and of itself, that's not a problem. But where the breach of trust came in is like, we're amongst brothers, so we could speak freely to each other there without any or some crazy stuff going on. I mean, not that we're saying anything haram. I mean, Gordo's in there. Gordo Eats is in the group. He'll tell you we don't talk anything crazy in there. We're not talking haram stuff. But it's just he didn't ask the brother's permission to put his story out there, and so it's kind of like a breach of trust. It's kind of like, so the rule is basically like, ask permission. If the brother tells a personal story, you get permission to post it on your socials. Otherwise, don't be out there like, making a name and fame for yourself off off some brother's story. Maybe he doesn't appreciate that. I do it. It's my group. I don't just take people's stories and just be like, throwing out there. I ask permission. Memes, whatever else, links, stories. That's you can share that outside there. So we got rules like that, and then plus, like I said, we got some big names in there. From YouTube. So they tend to just surf, in the background, but their privacy is also, needs to be respected. And again, when you put that entry barrier in place, people tend to not like act like a bunch of clowns, especially when they understand you can be thrown out and not get your money back. So I mean, just that's an incentive not to be goofy anyway. But anyway, yeah. I'll let you know, man. I'll let you know. I'm probably gonna announce it. I'll probably try and get some people into it. I'll probably do some crowdfunding of some sort. I don't think the government's gonna give me like money, all of it. They're probably gonna be like, "Yo, you got to come up with like 1 point something million." I ain't sitting on $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So I'll let you know, man. No, I didn't. No. I never lived there. Sorry, bro. Not me. Mashallah, barakallah feek. Yeah, it needs a lot of money. But again, like I said, the German government, they're financing this stuff. And I think after this winter comes by and it passes by, they're going to do anything to make sure it doesn't happen again. There is a community right here in Brandenburg. They have never had the lights turned off. They've never run out of power because they set up their own biogas digestion plant in the city. So basically, the people of the community spent their own money, no government money involved, and they built a biogas digestion plant, and they can produce enough power for something like, I think it was like 10,000 homes. And so they use cow manure, they use food waste, and they use human waste. And it's not a big plant, but they produce their own power. And so now everybody's looking at them, because these people don't pay power because they paid for it. It's their power plant. And then they're literally selling power because they produce too much power to the local districts and regions. So it's definitely a profitable business, especially, looking at how things are right now. And so it's definitely something I want to chase up. I studied environmental engineering. That was my first 2 years in university that I did. So I'm kind of an environmentalist, but I'm not like one of those crazy leftist green ones. I'm like, yo, you can make money using the environment, and you can be green and you can make money. And it doesn't have to be inefficient like solar power and like, wind power, which is highly inefficient. We produce tons of literal fuel each in our lifetimes. Imagine how much fuel is just getting flushed down the toilet, bro. It's insane. Yeah. The trolls, yeah, mostly UK, unfortunately. UK. I don't know what it is with UK brothers, man. UK brothers and sisters are special, and I got brothers. I love them to death. They're close. I love them. They're friends. They're brothers. But there's something special about UK Muslims, man. Y'all, UK Muslims, they love scandal, man. They love online scandal and fitna. They love it. They just looking for someone to looking for something to put out there. It's like I don't know why they love that stuff so much. It's like, and this is Islam. Scandal mongering is not a praiseworthy attribute. You're literally supposed to cover the sins of your brothers. You got just Muslims in the UK. They've dedicated their entire lives to just exposing the sins of people. Completely haram thing to do. And it's like you don't see American Muslims really doing that type of stuff. But UK Muslims, man, they just love that. This brother did this, and they make entire websites, entire Twitter pages, entire Instagram pages, trying to expose Muslims and their sins. Completely haram thing to do. And you only see British brothers doing that. Only British sisters doing that. It's the weirdest thing, man. It's the weirdest. I don't know what's going on in the UK, what's in the water there, but it's mad. Nah, they've given up, alhamdulillah. They've mostly given up. I started making money off of them. I figured out a way to make money off the trolls. And when they found out I was making money off of their trolling, they disappeared. So, yeah. I wanted to come back because I was making good money. The trolls are the best marketing you can ever have. So, like right now, Mehdi's under fire. He should start taking advantage of it. Really start using that as a marketing method, because them trolls bring in eyes, and eyes, not everybody's gonna hate you. Some people are just coming looking for drama, and they don't even know who you are, what's going on. They don't know what you're talking about, what you said. They're just looking for their outrage porn, and then they're like, "Oh, yeah, this sounds reasonable. Oh, what's that book he's selling?" You just got to figure out how to cash in on these guys. I figured it out. I cracked code, and when they found out I was making money, man, they disappeared, gone. I want them to come back. There's a lot of trading of concepts, ideas, information. There's a lot of information, especially in a bird trap. You go in a bird trap and you can see the entire history, dude. There's such, if you have relationship problems after being in a bird trap and reading the past history, you ain't meant for marriage. That's real talk. We got if you go inside of our halal business group and you scroll back up, you go through the history, you can see messages from the brother that is the millionaire. He gives very, very sound like investment strategies on how to get to your first million and then how to continue going on, because he's like, your first million is easy, is difficult. The second million comes like very easy, he said. He gives his entire strategy. He laid it out there, how he did it, what steps to take, how does he break down from stocks to crypto to this to that. He actually doesn't do a whole lot of crypto. So, he talks about how that, you can find information in there. And if you have like something to offer, then you can obviously like, offer whatever value you have also. We generally like, yeah, we're community brothers. We take care of each other in there, in terms of certain things. Like if you're traveling and you need some help or assistance or whatever else, obviously we're going to try and help brothers out like that. If you're having problems in terms of like, I won't say too much, but if your employment is under threat because you refuse to get experimental medication, we can take care of you. We got everything taken care of. If you don't want to take experimental shots, guess what? We can make sure you don't have to. So we got all sorts of stuff going on that we can offer. And then, everybody comes in and they have something that they can offer, but they don't realize it's actually something that's valuable until they get in there and say, hey, I'm in this particular field. And then it's like, oh, wow, we got a brother in there. I followed his scheme, or we followed his scheme. So basically what he did was he started getting into Amazon FBA, so if he's selling on Amazon. So I'm not going to say who this brother is, but he was like, hey, buy this product and leave me a positive review, please. The brother went from zero. He's making $7,000 a week. So what do? We went out, we bought his product. We left ratings. I mean, I couldn't do it because he only sells, in a certain country. But he was like, yo, I'll even give you the money back for the product. Just buy it and leave a rating. Yeah, we took that brother. I don't know. I can't say we did it, but, we helped him, with his ratings and to get him higher. And now he cleared his first $7,000 week. 1 week. Just from Amazon. Changed his life. So, I mean, we do stuff like that in there. We help each other out where we can. You need help? We'll help you out. You just got to drop it in there. So now we're doing the same thing. We're selling like on Amazon. My wife, she dropped the link in the comment section. I think people can help you out. Alhamdulillah, barakallahu feek. Jazakallah khair, man. We got brothers in there doing well, but those brothers that are doing well, they're very quiet. Example, another thing we got going on in there. Another brother, he started an entire school. We got a brother in there that started a school. He literally started an entire homeschooling program. So that's going to be launching very soon. I have the website, everything. The website's up, the entire curriculum's produced. Everything is done. He's just basically working on getting teachers now. And so you're going to have online teachers available to your children. They'll teach a Islamic friendly curriculum, and it'll be safe environment from people trying to convert your kids into, your kid's going to identify as a dinosaur tomorrow, and they're going to try and sew scales on them or something, to give them some sort of medication to make them become a lizard person. It's going to be safe from that environment because it's run by Muslims. That's in my men's community, so we do stuff like this, man. Yeah, exactly. Brothers still trade notes on how to get married, walis, how to deal with walis, this, that, the other. Brothers talk. I think brothers talk too much in the group about women, but let's just be honest, man. It's important to men. Women are important to men, and so we have a lot of conversations about that. But I think it's finally catching on, the business mentality. I think the necessity is now seen by a lot of people in the group, in the community, that we really need to secure our finances in the run up to this coming recession, because these people are irresponsible with our tax money. Unfortunately, we pay taxes to these people, and unfortunately, they're very irresponsible with our money. And even though you're financially independent, they still get your money, but at least you get more of your money. So that's what we do inside the group. We do all sorts of stuff inside there. No, I don't drink tap water. I drink bottled water, but I don't think bottled water is better, bro. Bottled water's got xenoestrogens in the plastic. You can't escape this stuff nowadays. It's in your tap water. It's in your bottled water. You're not going to escape it. So, yeah. How are the laws like in Germany for this? What is this? What do you mean? I don't understand. Laws for what? Yeah. We have no trolls in the community because we put that entry barrier there. We put that entry barrier, and trolls, let's be honest, trolls are broke. That's why they're online. I posted that it's a post, and it's basically saying that like online drama is a poor person's crack. This is their habit. Being online, being a troll is their habit. And just like drugs has a cost, and usually people spend all their money on drugs, and so they're broke. Trolls are broke because they spend all their time, which is money, online trolling. They're broke. They can't afford to get in the group. And it's not really that expensive. They're broke to the point that they can't afford to get in the group. How are you gonna you're not a productive person? Even I capitalized on trolls' internet time and efforts better than they did. I made money off of them. and they made no money off of them. Can you imagine that? The person you hate made money off of you and your work. They're bums. They're bums. That's why you don't see trolls inside my men's community, because we don't let bums in. Yeah, I'm looking into it. It's a lot of research, dude. You should see how many tabs I have open. How many tabs do I have open? Let me see. 73 tabs I have open. I don't know when I'm going to read all these things. 73 tabs just on research alone. So I'm going through it one by one. It's not easy. And then to top it off, I'm deep writing right now the guide, the vetting guide for married people. I'm doing that at the same time, dude. It's a lot, but I'm staying focused. I'm pushing through it all. So inshallah, it's gonna happen. Turkish stone. There you go. Since I'm almost 50, that's testosterone. Nice meeting you too. I take testosterone. I take TRT. So yeah. Most of the information's in German, and that's another reason why it's taking me so long, because this is very, very technical German. My German is good. It's really good, but this is like really stretching my brain. I get headaches. I mean, I guess Google Translate can help. I've tried to translate it. It's messy. It's like you're reading. It's like, what does that mean? And you flip it in German. You're like, oh, okay, that's what they meant. So Google Translate is not really helpful either. But if there's something you can help with, yeah, I'll shoot it your way, man. I'll talk. We can talk in a group. But right now, I've just kind of left it until I get like this research phase over on like the actual steps that need to happen, legalities. How do I apply for the money? How do I find the man? Well, the construction crews and teams, I actually have access to all that type of stuff. The equipment I need to look at, all this type of stuff, and then I need to put it in a presentation form, and then take it to the necessary authorities to try and get this cash. I want their cash. It's my cash. You know how much taxes I pay, dude? I pay a lot of money on taxes. It's crazy how much. This is my money. I'm just trying to get my money back from these fools. So anyway, we've been chatting it up for like an hour and 15 minutes. There wasn't really that many questions today. We were just talking, we were just kicking it. Okay, it was good to kick it with the people. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here. Inshallah. I will be having a Joshua Lysick. He agreed to come on the show. He's a ghostwriter, made over $1 million in ghostwriting. So I'm gonna invite him on, and we're gonna talk about it, because I write. And this guy made over $1 million in ghostwriting. If he's the right guy, then if I remember from his tweet, in ghostwriting. So I wanna talk to him, and pick his brain. What's ghostwriting, how to get into it, and this type of stuff, because again, I write. And so yeah. This is it. There's a Somali proverb which says men are for tea and women are for chatting. It's true, man. It's true. My wife's dropping basically. We have journals, my dean. So like if you're looking for like, wait, come close. Come close. Come close. Don't get on the camera though. Come close and speak. Explain what it is. You made it.
This is journal.
Okay, so she made journals. There's a men's journal there, basically tracking your finances. You got finances in it, right?
Yes.
Because I got one on order. She made it though. Finances, fitness, your scheduling, all these type of stuff in there. There's journals that are mostly for women. It covers like dua though. It has duas. It has like Quran tracker, Asma Wasafat of Allah, so yeah, stuff like this. There you go. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Barakallahu feek. We will see you. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be next week on Friday and Saturday. So Friday I should have a guest. Saturday we will be live. Yesterday's guest unfortunately didn't work out because of their connection, but We're gonna try again next week with somebody else. This is your man Abu American. I'm out. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.